my oven preheated to 350 and I am just getting that ready. Side note, all of these dishes are clean, it's just we don't have a lot of space on our counter to let them dry. So I just kind of leave them there, so don't think I'm just being like super messy or like these are dirty, because they're actually very clean. So, and then we come over here. I have 3 fish fillets. It's the Swai or Swai fish. They just started carrying it at Walmart a couple months ago, and I think it's delicious. It's a white fish. It kind of tastes like tilapia, but I don't actually like tilapia that much, so I was hesitant to try this, but it's really, really good. So I had these in the refrigerator for, let's see, about 3 to 4 hours. So they're kind of thawed, but mostly still frozen, and that's totally okay. I then have a small baking dish that I lined with tin foil because I am what you call a lazy baker, and I like to make cleanup as easy as possible for myself. For the side, we of course have green beans and then the can opener. And then I have my butter. If you guys don't have your butter setting out like this all the time like we do, then I just suggest to let it set out for a couple of hours, or you can section off however much you're going to be using for this. It's not very much, maybe like 3 tablespoons, like 1 per fish fillet. And you can also like cut it off of a cold brick and then pop it in the microwave for about 10 to 15 seconds. So it's still keeping its shape, but you know, it's still spreadable. So I am going to get to doing that, and I'll be right back with you. And also, I forgot to mention that even though we have the aluminum foil going on, I still always like to spray mine with just some basic spray so that it just doesn't stick. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is I am behind the camera and I'm just taking off some butter and popping it onto this dish so that it doesn't contaminate the butter that we use for other things like toast. Alright guys, I hope this is working for you. So I have the 2 fillets. I decided we only needed 2. I don't know why I did 3 pats of butter, but anyway, what I'm going to do is just mush this butter on there because these are still frozen, but my hands are clean, by the way. Okay, this is being really difficult. It wasn't this difficult last time I did this, I promise. Okay, so once you get like, you just need it so that it's going to coat, because what's going to happen is the butter is going to kind of act as, I mean, the fish is already kind of oily, but it's going to give it some extra of that. So you just kind of want to have it pieced since this is not spreading clearly. And then once it gets in the oven, it will melt so that it'll coat it pretty evenly. And then, so I just have some regular salt. I am just going to sprinkle some onto the fish. It's very light coating of salt because you can always add salt later, but I don't know, it's just how I cook. And then I have some lemon pepper seasoning. There we go. And I do a very healthy coating of this. It tastes super yummy. Alright, so then we're going to pop this in the oven at 350 for about 30 minutes. And when it comes out, it's going to be super delicious and flaky. And I'll see you when that happens. Alright, you guys, so the timer has gone off. And look at that yummy, yummy fish. I'm gonna get my little oven mitt. There's my cat being nosy. Huh, yeah, you're nosy. Alright. And see, all that butter just like melted off and it's just like soaking into the fish. I think this might need a couple more minutes, so I am going to be back with you when this is completely finished. Alright, and while we're waiting for the fish to continue cooking, I have that extra pat of butter that I didn't end up using for the fish, and I put in some green beans so that there's a little more flavor than just the canned green beans, because that's what we get here in our household because we are poor people, and these are not as good as fresh, but they're still green beans and I still think they're delicious. So I just let that cook for a little bit and kind of let it sit. I will add some salt at the very end, but that's what I do for our sides. I just make sure we have a vegetable. Alright, and this is what you'll see when this comes out of the oven, and the lighting's kind of making it look pink, but it's definitely showing in real life as white, like cooked fish should show. And then of course I have my green beans on the pot behind, so I am just going to plate this up, show you how I plate it, and then I'm going to enjoy some yummy dinner. So first I plate my green beans, and I like to serve this combination of food in a bowl. And then I like to split my fish in 2 pieces and then put it on top. This way all of the excess butter and oils and seasonings drips off the fish and into the green beans. So I hope you guys liked this little cooking recipe tutorial, having dinner with me type of video. And I am going to nom all of this, and I'll see you guys later. Bye! And I don't know about you guys, but this doesn't seem like a whole can of green beans to me. Have they just gotten smaller or what? I mean, I literally drained out the can right before I filmed and dumped them in here, but geez, that is not a lot of vegetable.